Hello. I don't know if this is on. Sorry about this video. Let me see. What's the right way to do this? Camera's not on. 1 second, and this video will start our meditation if it is meant to be. We will see if this turns on. All right. Let's start our meditation together. I'm listening to some beautiful classical music. This is a classical version of a song that's called Deep River, and I like the cross-cultural connotations of it. It's classical music, Deep River in the sense of being, in its roots, very not sophisticated, and that's at least what I think of with this. And in the languine kind of molassesy word painting, we have a beautiful cross-cultural connection, so to speak, between classical, which we could say originated and definitely not in North American South, and that both of them kind of coming together in this way that, using their beauty to come together in beauty and peace. So that's wonderful. So in this meditation, we will be meditating, and as the title suggests, there are things to do. Let me turn the music down. Things to do. So accepting there are things to do. So in an earlier meditation, I mentioned leaving the beauty of God's creation alone. So kind of like if you have a door of your house, knowing that the beautiful is outside, right? This is a beautiful hand position to use in meditation. You take your hands like this and put them like this together, and then go to the knuckle here, and then, well, where would that be? Where is that thing? Somewhere around the knuckle, and let yourself hold this for a while, and put your thumb on top of each, whichever one, and allowing yourself to be at ease in this, and it helps with meditation, I think, this hand position. So, accepting there are things to do. So, as the titles of my videos that are guided meditation suggest, guided, I pray that you can accept that this is my thing to do. Being a meditation guide. So if you understand that there's different facets to your being, and feel free to come into meditation now, close your eyes, find a position. I don't determine the length beforehand. I go with however long, but I would say at least 15 minutes, but longer than that usually. I would say probably good 25 minutes is a good length for a video like this. The other one was 38 minutes. So my thing not to do is count the seconds, and yours too. So this is my thing to do. I'm a meditation guide. Allow yourself to be at peace if there is peace there in context of there being things to do. So if we understand that the reason this title is what it is, accepting there are things to do, is because we have to do that at some point in our life, you know, before we reach a certain age, accepting that there's things to do. That as it is, and if you notice, if there is pain in that acceptance for some reason, then don't be upset at yourself just because you're having that experience of pain. There really is nothing wrong with you. The archangel we are calling upon in this video is Archangel Nathaniel for the sign of Sagittarius, and the Dharma um, or the Dharma would be careers in that way, the career force. So as we understand that, in context of our title, accepting there are things to do in the career force, and that we are putting it into, at least for this amount of time, together with the expert meditation guide myself, putting it into the hands of God in that way, at least for this amount of time, this allotted amount of time, meaning all of the career force. So allowing yourself to recognize that in the process of this guided meditation, there is a great peace that is available to you, and that as life goes on in that way, something like us having careers, etc., whatever words you want to call it. And career is the correct definitive word. That even if someone isn't receiving, we could say, payment in the form of money or what have you, a career is not bound to finances by definition. It is more intrinsic and than that, and important than that. And the proof of that is in there. So, not to remind you of careers during our time in meditation, but rather to foster peace. Much respect to you from someone who truly does respect you, me, Dr. Joe Vertino. Allowing more of your peaceful abiding self to come to fruition. So you'll notice that in this meditation, as in the title allowing, I've used the word allowing many times already, and we're at almost 12 minutes now in our meditation together. And as we are here and together, you are not alone. I'm with you. That is, don't take my career away, right? Being a meditation guide, I'm with you. So as we are not doing anything, so we're not embarking on a journey together, we're not particularly receiving spiritual instruction, we're not reading books, none of those activities, we're not planning anything, an event, none of those things are going on. So in this repose, because that's what this is, we're in repose together. So if you take that word semantically, or I should say, well, linguistically, means to redo something in pose, and that way, pose, like hold a pose. So repose, your repose is your meditative practice. We're reposing. Does that make sense? And you do it over and over again. Like to redo it. So your repose. You can call it your repose. You don't have to call it meditation if you don't want to. Oh. It's more important to allow, again, the word allow, which isn't going anywhere, yourself to make the choices that are good, which is thus the repose. So allowing yourself to accept there are things to do. Now that on its face is a very simple thing. But really the whole process of this guided meditation is about healing. right? There's a healing vibration available here. And if you understand that healing being the most important thing is certainly conducive for joy, and that us having things to do certainly is conducive for joy. It's found in the truth that we have a body, right? That's why it's a must, with air quotes. So you accepting that you have a body and that body needs to move and function, and thus there being things to do, and then resting in that awareness, that acceptance. That's what we're doing together. So, if we understand that accepting that there are things to do is not just about us, so what I mean by that is that we are in an experience where we can't be alone, in the sense that in order for us to have our formal in the sense that we have a form, a body, atomized physical form, it is impossible for our experience from that one perspective we could say of the soul as being this incarnation to occur alone, meaning that we can't just appear and disappear. We have to have a male and a female together, and then procreation happens. So if we understand allowing yourself to accept that there are things to do and that we are in this experience together, meaning that there are other beings by definition. Man. So what I mean in this, because we really are just meditating together, and you being at peace with me for however long this video is the whole point of it. So allow yourself to feel into and fully experience your personal experience that is coming up in context of the words. So what I mean by that is there something in you that you do not have to share? And I actually pray that you allow yourself to keep it to yourself, at least for a time. And then after a time has passed, if you still feel or test it again, the is this right for me to share this information with someone else? And then try again. Then do not share it immediately. So, for example, if you're meditating, what you can do is, if there is an option where that could happen, where you sharing your personal experience in context of my vocal guidance in this meditation, to defer. So what I mean by this is, you allow the words that I'm saying to be fully heard. And in that fully hearing, there is a very real response sometimes. And then yes. So even though Archangel Nathaniel is the archangel of careers in that way, it's an archangel, and archangels are full of love and light, and is very, very healing. So being at that place here and now with me, and you're doing wonderful. So kudos, A plus, good on ya, as they say in Australia. I'm proud of you. Accepting that there are things to do. So allowing other people to also be part of the world. Allowing the personal experience you're having in context of my words is more than enough right there. So as we are nearing the end of this guided meditation, we're at 23 minutes. We are coming to terms with our doership. And what that means is well, it doesn't mean anything. You could say another reason why this meditation is great is because you, by choosing to put it on in that way, are being very mature. And I know that the audience can be anyone, but if someone is a busy person, and if they're involved with people, or they're not. Accepting that this is the reason this is a practically good guided meditation to put on is because you being busy might not be going anywhere. So you putting something like this on is helping that there are zero cons. There are zero cons to it. So you're being practical and mature, self responsible, and loving to yourself. I probably wouldn't make a bad boss, would I, the way that I talk? Very clearly, this is a great choice. If you were my boss, or you were my peer, or you were my employee, this is a great video because there's something to do and we're accepting that together. And all of our doingness in that way is together. For example, this would be great for a business or corporation if they had a meeting and they said, "Hey, I found this new guided meditation online. I want us to do it together." Wonderful. Needed. And that's the thing, is that you have to make that call. Needed, whether other people know it or they don't. In business, you have to, you can't avoid that. So allowing yourself to accept that you did a good thing by listening, putting on this guided meditation. Okay, now we're going to wrap up and close. Thank you so much for your time, for tuning into this. Please check out my website, www.joevertino.com. That's JoeVertino.com. JoeVertino.com. If you haven't. I love you. And I wish you and all the other people oh wait, I am wrong. Archangel Nathaniel is the Archangel of careers, and it's not the sign of Sagittarius. Archangel Raguel is the Archangel of Sagittarius and friendship and global peace. And friendship, I pray, well, you can pray it that way. I pray that, friendship can be part of our doership together as a species, and that In that, yes, we've concluded. Thank you for tuning into this guided meditation with Dr. Joe Vertino, accepting that there are things to do. In that acceptance, we are let's put it this way. I accept I accept you today. Thank you so much, just as you are. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. This concludes the meditation. May you be blessed. Thank you for your service to humanity. Okay. All right. Stream.